Good evening. We're going to see if we can get a live in. Get a really pretty sunset going. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but going to try to wrap up the 7-day. Now, I had our internet people out here this week, so we're testing to see if we're able to do live. We have not gone live much because I just haven't had reception for quite a while. So I'm going to see if this comes through, and then I'm going to show you our final. I just got done working with Ellie. I've got Spry with me now. Matt Green joined in, so we're going to see if some people are on or not. And then we're going to kind of wrap up our DogBone 7-day challenge. So this is kind of the conclusion for me and Spry on it. Our goal this week, or the last 7 days, was to try to improve to the point where we could get off lead with some heel work. We got there. We got there. It took about we didn't start it on day one. We had been starting it for a while, and a lot of you guys watched us struggle along with it. So as people come on, I want to thank you guys for following along with these. I really got to thank the people that took part in the 7-day challenge, because there's a pretty good list in my pocket that I'll be touching on here soon. So first off, I want to thank you guys for doing that. I want to thank you guys for following along with the Live with Sprys. Please continue to share them for me. We've got some news on a little something new that we're going to be starting after this 7-day challenge. I thought this went pretty good. We're going to do something new. April's in finally on an actual live. So I haven't gone live, April, for a long time because I have had some major issues with my internet service. So I think it doesn't even say weak reception, so I think we're on. So first off, the thing I'm going to do, like I said, I want to thank you guys for sharing. Please continue to share them. Go ahead and share them right now if you want. This is kind of the conclusion to our live with our 7-day challenge. Now, you remember my objective was here. My objective was getting her off lead. Now, filming is one thing, but you'll notice when I was filming it, things went a lot better. But it wasn't me talking to you guys live, where now we get this extra layer. I think a lot of people found out this week just how hard it is to add in filming. It makes a lot of challenge because it's a lot of distractions in the way of you and your dog. So now when it's live and I'm actually talking to you guys, it really gets in the way with Spry and I. But I'm going to work a little bit off lead here. I'm going to see if you guys can see it. I'm going to tip the camera down just a little bit. And this is going to kind of be wrapping up our live with our 7-day challenge. So I'm not going to talk to you much because I'm afraid that's going to screw this up. So I'm going to stop talking to you for a little bit. I just want to get some good turns in. I might end up turning the camera and getting a little more distance in it. But yesterday we went off lead. She did pretty well. She struggled once, and I got her back into it and hooked in a little bit better. Went down to get the garbage. It went well. Came back from the garbage can. It went real good. So I progressed, and I did 3 videos yesterday. The thing that was interesting was, as soon as we started getting good off lead, she lost the sit to the whistle. It just went away. She just wasn't putting 2 and 2 together and adding them up. So now I'm working on that. So that's the new thing I'm going to work on, is trying to get that back, because I used to have it really good when she was on lead. Now she got off lead, and that's faded, so I got to get that back. But you can tell she's batting. There's a lot of bugs and mosquitoes. That's not going to help us either. Those are distractions that are going to bug me and her. So I'm going to work through it. So I'm going to stop talking to you guys for a bit. Heel. 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 You see that nose gets her in trouble. Here. Here. You can see her nose gets her in trouble. So what I want to do is, because I definitely do not want to go to the grass yet. I don't want to go walk her on the grass off lead because there's way too many distractions there. So I'm going to turn this so that I can get a little bit more distance on the gravel. Concrete would be better. Good. I want you to notice too our on lead work. Look how much better our on lead is. Our on lead has gotten a lot crisper. Sit. Heel. Sit. Good. See how that's faded? We haven't paid attention to it because we've worked on other stuff and now it's faded away. So now I got to work on that. I got to get that back. So we're balancing and we got real good at that, but then I forgot, I didn't pay attention to it and I worked on something else and I focused on something else. Now that got a little bit out. So I got to straighten that back up. So I got to sharpen that up. And eventually I'm going to have to get sharpened with both off lead and the sit to the whistle. But now we're okay at both. I got to get really good again at them. So, Spry, heel. Come on. Sit. Getting that collar off, that's getting in the way. Good. She's almost hesitant to do anything. Come on. All I'm looking to do is get her tail going a little bit more. Yeah, very good. Good girl. Good girl. Heel. Heel. Good girl. No. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good girl. See how she's laying down now? Just become real insecure on a sit to the whistle. So I left her that time. Instead of her laying down, I left her. I want her to be comfortable sitting. Good girl. Good. Good. Come on. So how come she's gotten so touchy with her sit to the whistle? I don't know, but she has. So now I got to figure it out. So see the little tail going? That's what I need. She's cowering almost, and she's almost intimidated when I stop her to the whistle now. Came out of nowhere. I don't know where it came from. So I just got to build that back up now. Heel. So I might not worry so much about off lead work. I have been going off lead with her periodically throughout the day. I heeled her to her tie out spot today, off lead. And I just went real slow. I made her go with me. I walked her a couple times in and out of the shop today, off lead. So I'm starting to practice it besides just in these little lessons. So with that, we haven't done this, and this has gotten not very good. So I got to sharpen this up. Heel. Come on. Come on. She's almost, as we've gotten going, she's gotten a little bit not very good on lead. She's lagging behind quite a bit. And part of that's probably because she got corrected a couple times. She hasn't been on lead in a long time, about a week. So she hasn't gotten many corrections. Heel. Come on. Heel. Heel. Oh. So now we're right back to where we were in the beginning, remember? Come on. Good. Heel. Heel. Come on. So tonight, we're back. We're backwards again. The funny thing is, I don't know that it's not a coincidence when we go live that we struggle. We do a lot better when we're not live. Good. But right now, she's really tight to me. She just wants to make me happy. Good. I gotta let her know that we'll get it. We'll get it. Come on. Come on. Good girl. So, we've made a lot of progress in 7 days. We're not done. We're not where we need to be. We're not completely not done. But we have made progress. So when I look back at day 1, the whole point of the 7-day challenge was film yourself or take a picture on day 1. And on day 7, look back at day 1. And if you go back and you look at my day 1, we weren't off lead at all yet. So in between there, in between day 1 and day 7, we've gone up and down and up a little bit and down and up. But where we are right now is definitely further along than we were on day 1. That was the point. Because it's hard to measure it day to day. And I'd say 2 or 3 out of the 7 days that we did this, we actually, I don't know that we went any further. We might have went backwards a little bit, but we always tried to end it on a win. But there were days that I probably took steps backwards. So what? Day 1, day 7. In between, it might go like this. But the point is, after 7 days of consistency, now this is the question, is are you consistent? Are you truly working at it every single day, not just taking a picture and sending it? If you did, I don't know if there's anyone who can say that on day 7 they weren't further along than they are on day 1. So I've got a list here. I just wrote down some names. I might not be exactly right. So if you are watching live, there's not that many people live right now. So there's more people on the list than there are live right now. So I'm sure there's some that aren't. But these are people that I have marked down like they did it every single day. James Monjar, Trevor Barrett, David Sponhauer, Becky Rayburn, Mike Schulte, John Ballard, Cody Detterer, Aaron Garlock, or the Garlocks, John Erickson, who had some awesome videos with some of his was place training stuff, and he did some heel work too. Jenny Becker went off lead tonight for the first time. I think that was a team there too, with their dog, but they went off lead for tonight. Jeff Trudell was off lead a little tonight, so he's on this list of the 7 days. Brian Frisk, I've got you down for 7 days. Now these are people that I think are going to do 7 days. I just haven't seen anything yet today, and today is the last day. So Vicky Rayburn, Emily Johnson, Rhett Hall, Amber Blahnik, Kelly Primick. I saw Kelly was in before. Doug Mandarich, Carol Schwerwin, who wins the Tech Award. She always had the little graphics going on hers, and Angie. I haven't seen Angie's, I don't think, yet. I know some of you guys were doing them in the evenings and putting them up, so I know it's not over by any means. Those are people that I'm looking for that I think are close to being done with the full 7 days. What I'm going to do is, when we're done tomorrow, I'm going to have a list, and if I missed you, let me know, because it's hard for me to manage all these and keep tabs of them. I did my best to keep tabs, and I tried to make comments, point out certain things as it went along. I'm really proud of you guys for sticking it out and doing the full 7 days. I know a lot of people got in for parts and pieces in between as well, and I really appreciate that. Hey, I understand. It's hard to do 7 days in a row. Trust me, it's real hard to do it. We crossed 7 state lines in 1 day, and I stopped at a Holiday Inn right before it got dark just to make sure I got it done. If we weren't doing the 7-day challenge, I wouldn't have done it. So I understand it's hard. The hardest part is when you aren't consistent, it's easy to get frustrated, because when you aren't consistent, it's hard to make the progress. So it doesn't have to be a formal lesson every day. I think it can be a few minutes. One of my days was putting the garbage out. That was my lesson. So if you guys can figure out a way to keep the consistency going, that was the whole point of this, was to show day 1 to day 7 there is change and it's positive. Day 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. Sometimes it's not measurable. Sometimes it's backwards. I showed that. I proved that. Tonight was backwards. I had better lessons earlier this week than I did tonight. But so what? Because in another 7 days, I bet you I'm further ahead than I am right now. And then in another 7, and then in another 7. That's the thing. 7 days is nothing. 7 days is nothing. So as hard as it is and as proud as I am of you guys for doing it, I am, that's nothing. That's the challenge. Can you stay consistent going forward? Have you been consistent prior? The people that have struggles, and I have struggles too, the people that have struggles, including myself, if you're honest with yourself, ask yourself, how consistent have you been? How much work have you put in? That's how much results you get out. That's just like anything. So stay with that. Now, I have got, I'm going to go inside because I've got one other thing that I want to show you guys. So I'm going to spin this around. You guys can watch Spry heel in. Come on. I'm going to bring you in. I got to show you one more thing. So I went through a list if you're getting in late. I saw Vicky joined in. Now, if anyone has questions, because we are live and we actually had reception, I was pretty close to the house. And my internet guy was here this week. So I actually think I might be on track with our internet. So if anyone has questions, fire away, because we are live and we can actually answer them this time. Again, I apologize for the lack of live that we've had going. Now these guys are going to have to eat tonight, but before we get going, I want to show you something new here. Turn the light on here. So this is a new one, and we're right back to habit forming, right? So first night she's been with us, and what do we do when we first take them out of the kennel? You will look back on our live with Sprys and you'll all see it. First thing we do is we're going to take them outside. They're going to go to the bathroom. Come on, little girl. Now this little pup is named Moja, and there's meaning behind it. I forget what the meaning of her name is. Her owners named her. Come on, that's it. Very good. Now Moja is from another pup from Wild Rose that we're training for a client. This one's for a client. So I'm going to let her do her business and I'm going to bring her in. And she is going to be something that I think what we're going to try to do with her is a little different than we did with Live with Spry. We're going to train her. We're going to train her with you guys following along. We're going to train her again. So anyone who's got the puppies, anyone who knows someone who has a puppy and thinks that the Live with Spry thing was helpful, we're right back at it. 7 weeks old right here. So, but one of the things that we're going to do different is I'm looking at a new platform. We're going to look at doing this through YouTube Live. So we did one through Facebook Live. We're going to look at doing one through YouTube Live. Our YouTube channel is at DogBoneHunter, or I think it's called DogBoneHunter. So if you're not a part of our YouTube channel, I encourage you to whatever you call it. I think it's subscribing to it. But we're going to be putting, we're going to be training this puppy live through YouTube. And so it's going to be very similar to how we did Live with Spry through Facebook. We're just going to use a new platform for it. So I recommend following along there. There is stuff on YouTube that we don't have on Facebook. We're in the process right now of migrating all the Facebook videos, Live with Sprys, to YouTube. So, but this little pup, I'm still waiting for her to do her business. As soon as she does, then we'll bring her back in. And then guess what we're going to do? We're going to get right back into the same routine that we did with Spry, a little feeding. Now, come on. Gotta get her to go to the bathroom because she was in her kennel. And I know she's gonna go. Now it's just me figuring out her schedule. Come on. Very good. So, is it coming up here? I think it's coming. Hurry up, little girl. Hurry up. Come on, hurry up, little girl. Come on. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to look and see if anyone has any questions. April Marie says, boy, Spry looks grown up. She does. She is getting there. Melissa Springer was in. Mecca. Carrie Ludlow got in on a live. Come on, little puppy. Come on, little puppy. Come on, hurry up. Hurry up, little girl. Come on. Come on, that's it. Now, these are all nice little recall. This is all little recall work. So the whole thing starts over. All this stuff. I get the little whistle going. I walk around the yard, little puppies can follow me. Come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, that's it. Very good. That's it. Recall work right there. Now we just walk around and let the dog follow us. So that was nice. The little whistle got her excited enough to come to me. Come on, little girl. Go potty. Go potty. Go potty. My problem is she probably doesn't have to go. But my fear is I bring her in the house, she's going to go. So I can't start that out. I can't start out with bad habits. Kelly says, just finished up his 7 days. In those 7 days, I was able to introduce a new area and work a little off lead and introduced a new, larger set of antlers. Typing this, I now realize that was a lot of new things to throw at her, but she handled it well. The next 7 days, I'll be backing off on introducing new things, that's for sure. So I think that's great, Kelly, that by you looking back at the last 7 days and typing it, you went, holy cow, I really probably put a lot on this pup. That's a win. That's a win by doing this. I think you look back, I think we're looking for all kinds of little wins when it comes to that 7 day. So anyone who was part of it, I'm telling you, I guarantee you everyone made progress. The question is, how measurable was it day to day versus week to week? And keep it in mind. And like I said, 7 days is nothing. 7 days is nothing. So it's just a small window. So I'm going to pick this little pup back up. I'm going to head in. I'm going to see if there were any questions. Stephanie says it looked like she went by the lawnmower. I missed it if she did. I hope she did. Did Schulte say that too? Okay. Anybody else got anything? Finn will be 8 weeks old this Friday when we get him home. I've been going back through the first 10 live with Spry's. Getting ready. So you are going to be with us all the while with this little puppy. Okay. So again, guys, we're going to do it through YouTube. So if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, I recommend it, because I think it's going to be a really nice opportunity. Now, there's a couple other things. So I read through the names earlier. Some people got on a little bit later. I read through the names of the people that I know made it through the 7 days. I'll be sending a message out and tagging everybody into it. And then what I'm going to do is, for going through that and doing 7 straight days of work with me, I'm making a push on my own right now with game recovery. Game recovery is going to be a big part of our dog's training over the next 2 to 3 months, tracking work. So one of the things I'm going to be doing is I'm going to send every person that did this a game recovery kit. So I'm going to be asking for addresses, and I'll get them shipped out to you next week. So that, to me, you've earned it. 7 days of consistency has earned it. And so what I'd be interested in doing is seeing how you guys track along with your tracking training, with the blood trailing training. I call it blood trailing a lot because it's common. We're not really tracking blood. If we had blood, we wouldn't need a dog. So we're teaching dogs for game recovery. So everyone that did this 7-day challenge is going to get one of those game recovery kits. I'll put a list together. If I missed you, just let me know. But remember, you had to post every day over the last 7 days with your progress of your work. So how close are the bloodlines of all the pack? They're all pretty close, Dan. This puppy that we just got is a new out of a dog that I have not trained one out of. It's out of a dog named Murphy down at Wild Rose. And I haven't trained a Murphy puppy yet, so I'm real excited about it. She seems pretty nice. We did have some news. We had our dog, Randy Birdsong's dog Timber, Randy and Stacy's dog Timber had puppies. If you follow along with us on Instagram, you will have seen we posted a lot on Instagram on our story. But that was she had the puppies early. She had the puppies before we had a chance to get her down to the kennel. So we brought 14 dogs to the kennel instead of 6. So, and we've got a dog down there now, drop tying, that is pregnant. So we're hoping she's going to be having news this week. So can you train a dog to find sheds and also deer? Absolutely, Brian. The majority of the dogs we train do both. So Spry will do both. Taylor does both. Ellie will do both. In addition to that, most of them do upland. And gun dog work, so bird dog stuff, duck dog stuff. So yeah, and Taylor, for that matter, is a certified therapy dog on top of all of that. So they're more than capable of doing all of the above. I think they're better to do all the above. I think you're better off working a dog year-round on stuff. Hunting is hunting to our dogs. Tracking is tracking, whether they're tracking wounded, crippled roosters or ducks or a deer, doesn't matter. So tracking's tracking. I think people get confused with that and they go, it's a specialty thing. No, it's not. It's hunting. It's bringing out natural instincts. So I encourage you guys that are going to have kits coming, you're going to be able to follow along because we're going to be doing it with Spry. We're going to be doing it with Ellie. We're going to be doing it with Taylor on a different level. Those older dogs are... Taylor, we're going to be getting ready for the fall. Ellie, we're going to be introducing. She hasn't done a lot of tracking. So she's 2 years old, almost 2 years old. And I'm just getting into some formal tracking with her. And then Spry at 7 months. We're going to be doing some formal tracking with her. So, and introducing. So if there's any other questions, otherwise I think we're going to be done. Someone says they're in late. Jeff Trudell, have to rewatch. Jeff, we called your name out. We got off lead a little bit today. Looked good with Conehead himself. So again, thank you guys for sharing these. Thank you for supporting us. I do have another favor to ask. I asked it about a week ago. If you purchased through Amazon, and even if you didn't purchase through Amazon, please do me a favor. If you could write a review of the products that you got from us. Or not necessarily from us. You might have got it from someone else who sells through Amazon. But that would mean the world to me if you'd be willing to take the time to write a review through Amazon's platform. We all know it's such a changing world as far as retail goes. Reviews are so important to us as a small business. So if you've had success, if you don't like what you got, tell me about that too, because I'll be more than happy. We've gotten a few of those. I don't have an issue with it. I usually address it because our customer satisfaction is really important. We're not a big company, so we need everyone to be happy with what they're getting and understanding what they're getting when they get into it. So everybody, I appreciate your help. I appreciate your support. Looking forward. Kelly says she's excited about the new puppy. We are too. Again, that's YouTube, so you'll have to get on our YouTube channel. Emily asked, are you training for someone else? That puppy is for a client. So this one will not be one of our personal dogs. We'll train her the same way we do our personal dogs. But yes, it is for clients. So you guys, thank you for everybody that they rocked my road. Is it going to be okay to keep walking? Yeah, absolutely. No question, Dan. I think the concern is when you get onto new surfaces with dogs, make it gradual. Don't take a dog that's never run on asphalt or gone out off of the grass or gone off of soft ground. Don't take them for the first time on a sprint or a long run on asphalt. It'll tear their feet right up. So if your dog's feet are conditioned to it, it shouldn't be an issue. If they're not conditioned to it, keep it short, incremental, build up to it. The option to share photos and videos to the DogBone page is not available now. That shouldn't be. Somebody said something about, one person said that yesterday. Anybody else having an issue sharing? It says Kelly Primic says you shared. It says yours shared a DogBone post 4 minutes ago. Is anybody else having issues posting to our page? So I did go through that list. I'm looking for a few people that were going to finish it off strong. Vicky Rayburn, Emily Johnson, Rhett Hall, Amber, Kelly, Doug, Carol, and Angie. Those are a few names that have been very consistent throughout, and I just hadn't seen day 7 yet. So it's not available on the phone, but it is on the iPad. I shared this video. Well, keep trying. Nothing should have been changed on our end from a setting standpoint. So let me go to our Darren Bowers just sent one. That was to my personal, or to as a message. Make sure you guys share them to the page. So I'm going to go and I'm going to look at posts right now and see. We did have several today, so it was working. At the top, you have to click on the posts tabs. Trying to post now, says Amber. So I kicked the hornet's nest. It took me a while to find where to post today. So Facebook might have changed some stuff. 2 days ago, I had to hunt for the link to post. So that I don't think is on our end. I think that's on Facebook changing stuff. I had to figure out one thing that was interesting on our homepage when I look at it. I couldn't find visitors' posts. They took it off the screen, so I couldn't find it either. I had to go to the left column under DogBoneHunter, and there's home, about, sign up for free training, blah, 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 blah. There was a thing called posts. I had to click on that, and then it showed up. And now visitors post is showing up after after a couple days. So 12 minutes ago, Emily Johnson got her post in. She's holding with a tennis ball. And I knew you had 2 dogs, Peyton and Bindi. So Emily is in for both of her dogs here. David Sponhauer got his in 1 hour ago. Jenny Becker was an hour ago. John Ballard was an hour ago. Brian Frisk was 4 hours ago. So keep trying to find that post, guys. Found it, he said, under the post tab. Thanks for whoever said that. Posted my last one tonight. Be sure to look. So Vicky said she got a post in. I will be looking, Vicky. I'll be looking at everyone. So Emily says she posted that over an hour ago. So it just came through 4 minutes ago. So something may be up on the Facebook end of things. So that's it, guys. Have a great night. Keep doing what you're doing. Remember, you put in 7 days. You got measurable progress. 7 days is nothing. Now you gotta do it again. 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 So we'll continue to try to work together on it. I'll be continuing to go live with Spry on Facebook. That's not going to end. It sounds like my internet is working better. We had the internet people here this week, and we had them at our shop this week. So outside, it didn't kick me off. So we'll hopefully be back with a little more live stuff. So you guys have a great night, and we will talk soon. Angie, if you're watching, we got to connect. I'm going to do a live with Angie this week. We're going to go remote to an Angie location, and we're going to do some hold conditioning with her dog. She's battled and struggled and gone a long ways, and she's running into some walls, and I want to help her. So she lives in the area, so I'm gonna help her out with it. So you guys keep going, keep watching, and we'll keep doing it as long as you guys keep supporting it, man. I'm all for it. So you guys have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.